Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I've got some things to share with you. Now these are all very similar and I'm going to show you how I make it in a minute. I'm probably going to use this one for a Mother's Day card unless my mum's seen the video, but I don't think she will. That's a more silvery one, and I'm not sure if you can see the gold on here, whether or not it's picking up on the camera. But they've got a kind of, oh, and that's a postcard, that one, rather than a card. Anyway, let me show you how I made them. So you need I think you need a 3D embossing folder. That's what I've used. And I'm using this one. It's filthy because it's got Distress oxide in it, but I'm going to keep it, and then I shall clean it after I've used it this time. And so what we need to do is, this is the embossing folder. It's got the name on the front here. So if that's where the name is, this is the side I'm going to spray. If you don't have Distress oxide sprays, what could you use? You could use Distress oxides and some water. You could use them on your board and then paint them on, or you could just do your embossing and then add your Distress oxide afterwards. I don't really think it's going to matter too much. I'm using photo paper. Here's my photo paper. Now I'm struggling a bit with it in a 3D, and most of my 3D embossing folders are the same. When you put something in it, it does crinkle it up a bit. So I'm going to dampen the back of this, and I might put another piece of card in. Let's have a look, as a kind of as a carrier to help it along. That's not quite the right size, but that will do. Let's try that, see if that helps. Right, I notice I've already picked up colour, but that's not the end of the world. So I'm going palish colours. So, and yesterday I made such a mess in here, in this room, and all over my clothes, and it washes out, but it literally does go everywhere. My hands were covered in it. What's this? Speckled egg. And I might try the yellow because that's quite nice. Scattered straw. If you haven't got sprays, don't worry. I don't think it matters. Get your thing embossed and then add something afterwards. Right, somewhere I've got some water. I'm just going to spray the back of my photo card and give it a second to. Just hope that will help with the embossing, because it does tend to rip it for some reason. Right, oh, I've got a piece of card on top of that. Let's put that somewhere there. I'll just have to go in there. Shut the thing, and then I'm going to run that through my embossing machine. Right, let's have a look inside. That's what we've got to begin with. I think it's done a bit of a better job damp it. Well, I did damp it before, but maybe not so much. But this paper maybe could have glued the two together, actually. That's something I could have done. Put some Pritt between them, and then they would have been, yeah, it's cracked a little bit there. They would have been stuck together as one piece, and I wouldn't be doing this. That is a better idea. Anyway, let's get this out of the way and sort it out, because I've kind of crumpled it up a little bit. There we go. So we've got quite an interesting background already. I don't know if you can see what's going on there. That looks quite cool to me. But now all we're going to do is add more Distress oxides. So you kind of want to work from lighter colours to dark. I don't have that many, and the colours I do have are quite pastel deliberately, because my pads that I've got, the ink pads, are not pastel ones, so I'm just going to try and move some of that around. I could do something a bit darker. Antique linen, I don't think it's going to be dark. Let's have a look. No. Just trying to get a little bit of colour and just to get some bits, but we're going to put some darker stuff in there in a minute anyway. If you'd got a dark spray, you could spray it and kind of move it around a bit. The lady I saw do this, and I'm going to leave her video in my description box. She's obviously got more kit than me, and she's used like a darker spray, I think. But I'm liking that. I think I'm going to maybe just put some more pink on. Not myself, but this stuff just goes everywhere. I mean, it's really messy. Perhaps I should have worked in a box or something, but just going to try and move that around a bit. And then I'm going to dry that with my heat tool, and then I'll come back. Right. So I think if you had a black oxide, distress oxide spray, you could spray it and water, spray it and water. I don't, so I'm just using the black oxide. But what you want to do is kind of get into these areas, the raised areas. So I'm just going to go over it and grunge it up a bit. Let's give that a bit of a spray and see what happens. It's not moving too much. I was kind of hoping it would move more. I'm going to dry that again, and then I shall come back with my distress oxide. Alright, literally just going to go over the raised bits one more time, just because I want them to show up really well. But obviously keep this nice background colour if we can. Yeah, I think that will do us. And then to create the background, you need something like, now I've got Stella Carter gold ink pad, that's what I'm trying to say, gold ink pad. And then all you want to do is just gently go over those raised bits again. Now you could probably use gilding polish over it. I like this because it's small and I don't, it doesn't spread all over everywhere, but hopefully you can see that those bits are all, I don't know if you can see them gold or not. I mean, if you wanted to, use gold gilding polish, we could have a little play with that. I mean, this one does show up better than the ink pad. Perhaps be able to see it better on camera. I'm just a bit clumsier with my fingers than the ink pad, she says. Just a tiny fraction on there. But maybe that looks better. What do you think? anyway, that's just playing. I'll leave the lady's link below, and she just probably does a better explanation than me, but that's my take on what she was doing. And it's one of two things that I want to try with 3D embossing folders. So there you go, that's that one. And then these are how I've put them into cards. I do like that one. That one's, I like the butterfly on there. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay safe and well, and I'll be back again with my next video. Bye for now.